Some heroes train for years. Others awaken to greatness. But these 10? They were born to break the rules of their worlds. From demon lords flipping burgers to slime gods reshaping kingdoms, this list is packed with anime where the main characters don't just survive, they dominate. If you love action-packed isekai, god-tier power-ups, and MCs who flex with zero effort, then you're in the right place. Before we dive in, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you never miss a single overpowered moment. Now, let's power up the portal and count down the top 10 isekai anime with overpowered main characters. Starting from number 10. At number 10 is Hajime Nagumo from Arifureta from Commonplace to World's Strongest. He was your average nice guy until betrayal dropped him into hell, but instead of breaking, he built guns, gadgets, and a monster-crushing resolve. From a bullied boy to a blood-stained badass, Hajime didn't just survive, he transformed into something unstoppable. With a vampire queen by his side and a gaze that says, "Try me," he's no longer fighting for justice. He's fighting to end the game before anyone else can play it. At number 9 is Sid Kaganu from The Eminence in Shadow. He's not here to be the hero. He's not even trying to be the villain. Sid just wants to live out his cringy, over-the-top fantasy of being a mastermind in the shadows. And somehow, everything he makes up becomes real. He builds an entire secret organization as a joke and ends up leading a true battle against evil. While everyone else is playing chess, Sid's writing the rulebook, lighting it on fire, and walking away like it was all part of the plan. This isn't just overpowered. This is main character delusion turned deadly reality. At number 8 is Makoto Misumi from Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy. And just when you think you've seen it all, here comes the outcast turned absolute unit. Makoto wasn't just rejected, he was straight up tossed aside by the goddess of his new world for being ugly. But the universe must love irony, because he ends up more powerful than the gods themselves. He tames dragons, reshapes reality, and drops magic so heavy it echoes like thunder. Makoto doesn't need a throne. He builds his own world with respect, chaos, and a whole lot of elemental destruction. From exile to excellence, he's proof that sometimes being unwanted is the greatest blessing of all. At number 7 is Tanya Degurachaf from Saga of Tanya the Evil. If Makoto was rejected by the gods, Tanya, she's actively at war with one. Reborn as a little girl in a brutal magic-fueled war zone, Tanya is anything but innocent. Behind those cold blue eyes is the soul of a ruthless salaryman who dared to defy a divine being, and now she's out to win that grudge match with blood and artillery. She leads armies with icy logic, annihilates enemies midair, and outsmarts generals twice her age. And when the smoke clears, her tiny frame still stands tall, whispering one thing to the gods above: try harder. If Tanya commands an army, Ainz is an army, a kingdom, a god. Trapped in a game world with all the powers of his maxed-out character, Ainz doesn't just adapt, he dominates. Undead, untouchable, and terrifyingly intelligent, he rules the Tomb of Nazarick with absolute authority and a bone-chilling grin. Every move is calculated, every opponent outmatched before the fight even starts. He's not saving the world, he's rewriting its entire hierarchy, one crushed kingdom at a time. And when the Overlord walks in, even death forgets how to work. At number 5 is Shin Wolford from Wise Man's Grandchild. Ainz might be a strategic overlord, but Shin? He's a magical nuke in human form, with no idea how overpowered he actually is. Reborn into a fantasy world and raised by the greatest mage alive, Shin casually rewrites the laws of magic before he even hits adulthood. He doesn't just cast spells, he reinvents them. But here's the kicker. While he's vaporizing demons and shocking entire kingdoms, he's still just trying to be a normal guy. Spoiler alert, there's nothing normal about blowing up battlefields with a flick of your wrist. At number 4 is Naofumi Iwatani from The Rising of the Shield Hero. Shin may have been born special, but Naofumi was thrown into a world that hated him from the start. Summoned as the Shield Hero, and wrongly accused before he even had a chance to fight, Naofumi doesn't get swords, spells, or sympathy. Just a shield. And the burning will to prove everyone wrong. He builds strength through pain, loyalty through struggle, and power through sheer perseverance. From broken to unbreakable, Naofumi turns defense into domination. And when that rage shield activates, it's not protection anymore. At number 3 is Rimuru Tempest, from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Naofumi stood his ground. But Rimuru, he became the ground, the sky, and everything in between. Starting off as just a humble slime, Rimuru quickly evolves into a force of nature. Absorbing powers, copying skills, and befriending dragons, he goes from dungeon fodder to demon lord royalty. He builds a nation where monsters thrive, crushes enemies with style, and makes world leaders sweat just by walking into the room. Rimuru isn't just overpowered, he's the reason the balance system had to be patched. At number 2 is Rudeus Greyrat from Jobless Reincarnation. Rimuru built a nation, but Rudeus, he's been building himself since birth, literally. Reincarnated with all his memories intact, Rudeus starts life with a second chance and no intention of wasting it. By the time most kids are learning to walk, he's mastering ancient spells and rewriting magic theory like it's elementary school. From dragon slaying to dimension hopping, Rudeus doesn't just grow stronger. He evolves with purpose, pain, and passion. And every spell he casts carries the weight of someone who knows what it's like to waste a life. He's not perfect, but in terms of power, he's on a whole different timeline. And at number 1 is Kazuto Kirigaya, better known as Kirito, from Sword Art Online. Rudeus may have grown into greatness, but Kirito, he woke up in a death game and said, "I'll clear it solo." From dual-wielding blades no one else could touch, to slicing through bosses like their background NPCs, Kirito became the symbol of overpowered in Isekai. He bends the system, defies death, and protects those he loves with such relentless force. He turns a virtual world into his kingdom. Whether it's Aincrad, Underworld, or anything in between, when Kirito logs in, everyone else plays on hard mode. And there you have it, 10 overpowered MCs who made their worlds kneel. If you enjoyed the ride, be sure to like the video, subscribe for more anime greatness, and drop a comment with your favorite OP Isekai character. Because in the world of anime, power isn't just about strength, it's about the story that comes with it. Until next time, stay legendary.